Hello, this is Steve Thoele, principal broker with Premier Property Group, and bring you another update on the Sherwood, Oregon real estate market. This update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity, ending this past Sunday, January 29th. So I'm going to share my screen with you now and go through the info with you. Before I do that, though, I wanted to certainly put in a plug for you subscribing to my YouTube channel if you already haven't done so. It's a really great way for you to stay up to date on what's happening in your local Sherwood or real estate market. So hit that subscribe button if you already haven't. So with that said, I onto the update here. Starting off looking at active listings, I show we had 9 new properties come on the market last week in Sherwood, which you guys see is certainly a high for the past 8 weeks, and been on a bit of a uptrend here as we've kind of gotten throughout the month of January, which is pretty typical, and probably hopefully we'll continue to see this continue to rise as we kind of get closer to spring. And ended the week with 43 listings on the market in total, which you can kind of see is unchanged from the week prior, but a low for the past 8 weeks from a high of 57 here 8 weeks back. And again, I would expect us to kind of start to see this number start to rise again here as we move forward. The median list price and the days on market for those active listings, you can kind of see where that's been. We had a start off at 730, and then it got down to a low of 718 about a month ago. And then this last week, really shot up in terms of the median list price. Went from 735 the week prior, clear up to 850,000. So big jump. But again, it's the median, kind of a midpoint. So sometimes there could be a pretty big leap up or down sometimes on that number, but that's where it's at right now. And then days on market, started off at 71 days of average market time. That got clear up to 113 days 2 weeks ago. This last week did fall back a bit down to 99. So well over 3 months of average market time right now for the current listings that are in Sherwood. So moving along to pendings. This last week in Sherwood, I show we had 9 properties go pending, which matches a high for the past 8 weeks in terms of weekly pendings. And we've been on a little bit of an uptick here the past couple of weeks in the total number of pendings. We had, as of the end of the week, 38 homes in pending status, which just shy of a high for the past 8 weeks, and certainly up from the low here of 27 3 weeks back. So it's nice to see that increase in pending activity again. And the median price and days on market for those pendings, you can kind of see where that's been. We had a high of 787,000 here about 3 weeks back, and then has been falling here, as you can kind of see the past 2 weeks. This last week clocked in at 663,000 for the most recent 38 homes that are in pending status right now. And then days on market, you can kind of see that was holding pretty steady for the first 5 weeks here, around 25 to 27 days. Has fallen over the past 3 weeks. It's been this last week came in at 19, up a couple days from the couple prior weeks at 17. So on average, the most recent number of pendings have been getting into contract a little bit quicker here over the past few weeks. So starting to see things, definitely pick up here again over the past few weeks so far this month in Sherwood. And then the finish up looking at sold listing activity. So as of the time I put the info together here, I do show that we only had one closing or one sold property this last week in Sherwood, which is a low for the past 8 weeks here, as you can kind of see. And when I look over the prior 4 weeks of activity or closings on a week-by-week basis, this last week we only had 12 closings over the prior 4 weeks. So you can kind of just see here, we had a high of 6 closings, and so just not a lot of closings here over the past past 4 weeks. I do expect to see again this number start to rise as the number of pendings is up. But that's kind of where we're at right now. And then the median sold price and the days on market for those solds, price, as you can kind of see, has been coming down considerably. We had a high of 725,000 here 8 weeks back. and a low of 507 3 weeks ago. This last 2 weeks has been right at 535,000 is kind of where we're currently at for the most recent 12 closings. And then days on market, certainly a pretty huge increase on that measure. Had a low of 15 days of average market time 8 weeks back, and this last week came in at 86 days of average market time for these most recent 12 sales. So kind of a reflection of, the slower latter half of last year. And again, I would expect this number to probably start to head down here considerably as we move in closer to spring. And then finally, we'll look at the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. The red bars is the weeks of inventory number. And you can see we had a low of about 6.5 weeks of inventory about 6 weeks back. Has been on the increase due to that lower number of closings we've been experiencing. This last week came in at a little over 14 weeks of inventory. So it's about 3.5 months right now of inventory we have in Sherwood. And then sale price as a percent of the list price. But boy, you can see that measure was holding really steady to around 96%, 96, 97%. And this last week did dip down considerably, down to about 88%. This is skewed though by a couple sales that have recently closed that were significantly under the original asking price. So it's kind of dragged down the average quite considerably. If you threw those out, you'd again be closer to about 95, 96% of asking price on all the other sales. So that's the update. Hope that was helpful. As always, if I can ever answer any questions or be of any help, please reach out. All my contact information is down below, my phone number as well as my email. So feel free to reach out. And really appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day and week ahead, and we will see you on the next update.